Happy Manic Monday, everybody. I was going to open up the 1986 Topps to celebrate and chew the gum to celebrate the 1,000 subscribers so I could go live, but apparently YouTube is telling me there's some other hoops I have to go through or setups I have to go through because it's still telling me that on my phone I'm ineligible to do live videos. So I've got to work on that and figure out where the technical difficulties are. Do I need to sign up or whatever? Maybe I'll have to do a YouTube video search to figure out how to get this done. But until then, we're back here on the regular scheduled premiere thing for Manic Monday. This Manic Monday is going to be a little bit late because I'm late recording it. Today is Veterans Day. I am off today, but I'm not recording this until, a little after 11. So there's no way this is going to upload and be ready by 12. So my goal is to get it around 2 o'clock, perhaps Eastern time today, get this premiere. And then I thought about, okay, if I'm not going to do that, what am I going to do? And then I thought about it. I've done a video tribute or a video game tribute to the two Earls, Tenacious Earl and Tabletop Earl, who were influences of mine. And I've also done a tribute game to Retro Sports Network doing Bob Stanley. And then also for ID Jester for Mark Gubaza aka Gubaza in Inside Pitch. And then I thought, okay, well, who was the other main guy that really got me extra going and extra motivated to keep going and to delve into other things, and that's AlRedSoxFan. So this game's a tribute to AlRedSoxFan, and even though he's a Red Sox fan, the game I'm going to play is actually not going to be the Red Sox. It's going to be with the Go-Go Mets, which he has been doing on Action PC Baseball. And I thought, what game from 1977 Mets would be appropriate? And I thought about 77 is the year the Mets traded Tom Seaver to the Reds. So this game is actually going to be against the Reds. And the starting pitchers for today's game are going to be the two of the guys that were traded for each other, Tom Seaver and Pat Zachary. They are the opposing starters. It says New York, but Pat Zachary's pitching for Cincinnati today. Tom Seaver's pitching for the Mets today. And also, you notice I've got it flipped to this side of the card. AlRedSoxFan is a big basic strat guy. So you can see I've got the basic fielding chart here, basic size of the card, fits right into the basic. I brought the board out just for this, so this is going to be strictly everything that I think AlRedSox likes about strat, which is the basic. Now, I did take the actual lineup from the game, June 7th, 1977. I've got all the players, so they are all ready to go. Got my score sheet over here. I'll slide this over just a tad so you can hopefully see everything on the score sheet. Let me back this up just a hair. Bring this up this way, and I think that might do it right there. All right, so, but before we get going for the starting lineups, another thing Al has done is help mesh the board and computer gaming community with the baseball card collecting community. And I know it's kind of spurred an interest in me to collect cards again, as it may have done for other channels as well that had been doing strictly the board and PC gaming. So I went to Walmart last night when I was out doing my shopping and went to their clearance rack and picked up 2 clearance packs of 2017 Topps Series 1. I realize these are low budget, but that's what I am, is low budget. So I don't expect anything great out of here. I've never opened these before. I don't own any 2017 cards, so no matter who I get, it's going to be nice. Now, if there's anybody any good, I do have some penny sleeves over here just in case if there's somebody I think needs to be penny sleeved. I don't know what these were originally going for, but this pack at Walmart was $3.98 on clearance. I don't know if they're regularly like $5 or what they are, but anyway, there you have the packs. I don't know. I mean, there's a whole bunch of odds and stuff in here, but I don't know enough about card collecting to know what all these foils and rainbows and short prints and all this other stuff are. So I'm just going to open them just for the pleasure of opening them and reminiscing. So let's get this going before we get our game with AlRedSox Go-Go Mets going. We'll open this up. You can see I'm not even a good pack opener there. That's kind of messy. But anyway, we'll see what we get. We got Junior Guerra of the Brewers, Giancarlo Stanton of the then Marlins, AJ Ramos, Jose Quintana. Flip it around. We've got Carlos Ruiz, Alcides Escobar, Dallas Keuchel now with the Braves, Daniel Descalso, Danny Salazar, I believe he's a free agent this year. Chris Bryant, league leaders, and Bryant was on the cover of these. Rick Porcello, league leaders. Francisco Lindor, that's a nice little card. Not his rookie, I'm sure, but it's still a nice card, so I may pull up to the side and penny sleeve that, just because I don't have one of his cards. Austin Jackson, Corey Spangenberg, Mookie Betts, league leaders. Okay, that's pretty cool. What we got here? We have a Price Father's Day. Is that numbered or anything, or is that just, I don't think it's really numbered. It just says a Father's Day thing. So pretty cool there with the blue ribbon. I guess they were in their blue uniforms too. I'm sorry about the glare. I'm trying to get this glare off of here. Maybe I'll hold them down here. Maybe it'll help. All right, we got Angel Pagan. We've got an Ortiz. Oh, I got them upside down again. Nice how they flip them over like that. Silver Slugger Award for David Ortiz. Okay, interesting. First pitch, I don't know who this is. Bethany Matic Sands. Don't know who she is. She looks like an Olympian of some sort. In the summer games. Okay. Max Scherzer, the National Cy Young Award. Nice card there. Chris Bryant. Now we're getting to the horizontal cards. Chris Bryant base card looks like. Lorenzo Cain back when he was with the Royals. Sonny Gray. Steve Pearce. Jeremy Hellickson. The Marlins as a team. One thing I have noticed about these cards compared to the old-time Topps is these are very thick card stock and nice color quality, so that's why they're, obviously a little more in price. Big Fish, but they're not Big Fish anymore. Yelich, Stanton, and Ozuna, they're all long since gone. Josh Tomlin, Angel Pagan again. That's kind of weird to have two Angel Pagan cards. Alex Colomé, Fernando Rodney with the sideways hat. That's Drupal Cabrera, one of the Nationals World Series members. Keona Killa. Brandon Shipley, rookie, never really heard of him too much. Kyle Schwarber. And the last one is an Adonis Garcia. So, nothing of great value. I guess the best card in there was probably, without me knowing anything, probably the Lindor card. Like I said, let's take the glare off here if I can. Let's see here. It's looks like it's a second year card perhaps. I like how they have the Twitter and Instagram information and everything on their cards. That's kind of neat how they do that. So let's go to pack 2. See if we get anything in that. Like I said, these were just $3.98 on clearance at Walmart, so not really breaking the bank to get these. Just for fun. Doug Fister, Nate Jones, Starling Marte, Adam Eaton, another World Series participant for the Nationals. Freddie Galvis, he's jumped around a little bit. Dustin Pedroia, Brian McCann, Tyler Austin, Ruby De La Rosa, flip it around, Daniel Murphy, Michael Waka, Joey Bats, Jose Bautista, Cameron Maben, Giovanni Soto, Chris Carter, league leader. Back to this side, Mark Trumbo, Silver Slugger Award, sideways card, Joe Mauer, Then and Now, interesting. How about this, an Alex Bregman 1987 throwback. Nice looking card there. That's got to be his rookie card, isn't it? Yeah, it is his rookie card. So that's obviously the hit so far is an Alex Bregman rookie card. So I'll definitely want to, sleeve that and top load it. As long as I don't mess the card up trying to get it into the sleeve. You can tell I'm a rank amateur at this kind of card stuff. It's been a while since I've collected cards, and when I did, I was not very careful with them. So if I did get any decent cards, they probably didn't stay in very good condition for too long. And in fact, I just learned some things from the card collecting community. I used to just put the cards straight into the top loader, and then watching other people, I've learned to put them in a penny sleeve first and then put them in the top loader. Apparently that is the way to go. If I can get this in here without messing it up. Like I said, I don't know if this card's worth a whole lot, but it is a Alex Bregman rookie card on the 1987 replica design. So I definitely like that card. That's a neat little card there. It's definitely the best card of the bunch so far that I can think of. And let's go through the rest of the pack. Rest of the pack, we have Chris Bryant again, Justin Smoke, Nomar Mazar rookie card. That's a decent one. Now, he hasn't had the best career in the world, but it's still a Gold Cup, which I really like. Cervelli, the Cleveland Indians, the Giants. Bring it back over here. Arrieta, Yankees, Adam Lind, Carlos Carrasco, Alex Wood, Yasmani Tomas, Nathan Eovaldi, Colby Rasmus. There's a Bryce Harper card. I bet he wished he was still in the Nationals uniform. He might have had a world championship, but then again, if he was on the team, they might not have won it. So I think it's my first Bryce Harper card, actually. So that's interesting. Scott Schebler, Mike Foltynewicz, and Masahiro Tanaka. So there you go. Interesting cards there. Like I said, it's the 2017 Series 1, so I didn't expect a whole lot. Getting the Bregman card was actually pretty cool. And obviously, I think that's the best one out of the bunch that I've gotten there. So we'll put those to the side. And we'll get down to business for Mr. AlRedSoxFan. Like I said, we are doing Strat-O-Matic 1977 Go-Go Mets. But it's going to be in the basic format. So Tom Seaver will be in his spot there in the actual board that comes with the game. I've seen this board with other designs. I saw one on eBay that had a Minute Maid Park on here. I think it would be really neat if Strat-O-Matic would print these for all stadiums, and that might be a good selling point to sell these out to people if they had a favorite team, like if they had Nationals Park or something in the background, or Fenway or something like that. I think it'd be a good selling point. All right, so let's look at the lineup that's going to be facing Tom Seaver. We have, leading off for the Reds, Pete Rose at third base. Ken Griffey's batting second in right field. Joe Morgan at second base hits third. Dan Dreesen, the cleanup hitter, will hit fourth and play first base. George Foster in left field will bat fifth. Johnny Bench, the catcher, will hit sixth. Mr. Blue Emu himself. Dave Concepcion bats seventh and plays short. Geronimo bats eighth and plays center. And hitting off card number 2 will be Pat Zachary, the pitcher. We'll get to the Mets lineup as it comes up. Now let me get the dice out, and I've got my rule book here just in case I need to reference any basic rules that I may have forgotten about. Let me get my little backstop up here just in case, because we don't want the dice rolling off the table. So let's get my backstop up here where I need it. And hopefully you can see everything fairly well. Do one card at a time. So we put the pitcher and the batter card, and it works out fine for the Strat-O-Matic. If you're not familiar with Strat-O-Matic, 1, 2, or 3, you go off the white dies are 1, 2, or 3, you go off the pitcher, the batter card rather. 4, 5, or 6, you go off the pitcher card. So you got it right there in order. Then 2 red dice, total them up, and that's the number you read on that appropriate column. So we are ready to go. In a tribute to AlRedSoxFan, the Go-Go Mets taking on the Reds here in basic Strat. First roll is a 5-11. 5-11 means we're coming off a Seaver's card against Pete Rose. That's a ground ball pitcher X. So right away, he's a 3. He's a 3 pitcher. So we go over here. We don't worry about his E rating. There is no E rating. It's just a number. So we're going to look at column 3, roll 1 D20, and see what we get. There's a lot of errors when you get a high number in D20. Let's see what happens on this roll. Get a 10. So a 10 says it's out number 3, which means down here it tells you what the out 3 means. Run on first is out going to second, blah, blah, blah. We don't need all that. It's just a simple out. So it's a 1-3 ground out, and Seaver gets Rose to ground out. Here's Griffey, speedster, right fielder, batting second. We get a 6-12. 6-12 against Seaver. 6 and a 12 is a line out to the shortstop. So that's 2 away. And again, we're not worried about any lefty-righty splits at all. This is straight basic. And right now we've got 2 up and 2 down. And that brings up Joe Morgan, Little Joe. 210 for Joe. And that is a 1-2 double. 3-20 is a single. So first hit of the game. And it will be a single for Joe Morgan. And he's going to definitely look to steal. So now I've got to refresh my memory on stealing. He's a double-A stealer, which means on our chart, double-A starts at a 17. But now we go to the catcher rating, and the catcher John Stearns is a 3 rated catcher. So as a 3 rated catcher, we're going to deduct 2 from the run rating of the base runner. Since he's a 3 rated catcher, we're going to deduct 2. So instead of a 17, it's a 15. The pitcher hold rating has nothing to do with it. So it's just a 1 to 15 for Joe Morgan to steal. At the 14, he made it. So Joe Morgan, stolen base. Little go-go Reds action, maybe. So Morgan is at second. He's in scoring position for Dan Dreesen. See if Dreesen can bring him home. 3-5 for Dreesen. Struck him out, and that's going to end the inning. So Seaver works around that. And the Reds are gone here in the first. So it'll be the Reds nothing and the go-go Mets coming to bat. And for the go-go Mets, well, first for the Reds, it'll be Pat Zachary. Now let's look at the lineup for the go-go Mets that Zachary will be facing. Leading off and playing third base is Lenny Randle, and these are the as-played lineups for this game. So Lenny Randle, if I can get him apart here, kind of sticking on me. Lenny Randle's at third, Felix Mian's at second, John Milner's at first. King Kong Dave Kingman is batting cleanup. Look at all those strikeouts. Crane Poole is the right fielder in this game. He will hit fifth. Batting sixth is catcher John Stearns. Batting seventh is center fielder Lee Mazzilli. Batting eighth is the shortstop Bud Harrelson. And batting ninth, using pitcher hitting card number 6, is Tom Terrific. So we are ready to go. Lenny Randle, kind of personifying the go-go Mets. He will lead things off against Zachary. And we get a 5-12. And a 5-12 says it's a fly ball to left field, handled by Foster. 1 away. So Lenny Randle is retired. That brings up Felix the Cat Mian. 2-7 for Mian. That's a solid single. Now he is an E stealer. Back in his younger days, he would have been a stealer, a threat to steal. He's an E stealer, so he will not even be held. They're not even going to do anything with that. So Milner, and also bench is a 1 rated catcher. So any run rating on a 1 rated catcher, you'll drop 4 points on. So an E stealer, just out of curiosity, is a 7. You lose 3. So Felix Mian will need a 1 through 3 to steal. So no brainer there. Here's Milner. 3-10 for Milner is a fly ball to right, handled by Griffey. And that's 2 away. So 2 down with Mian still at first for King Kong Kingman. Hope he gets a column 1 because column 2 and 3 he's pretty much struck out. No, he's off the pitcher card. 6-9. 6-9 is going to fly to center. Geronimo's got it. And the inning is over. So nothing doing for either club here in the first. Played 1 inning from Shea Stadium in the Al Red Sox tribute game. And it is no score. And in the basic, the pitcher fatigue is not a factor, so they're just going to go until they can't go anymore, basically, until they're ineffective. There's George Foster to lead it off. 2-3 for Foster is a ground ball back to Seaver, and there's 1 away. So 1 down, it gets the big man Foster, and here comes Johnny Bench, Mr. Baseball Bunch himself. 5-2, and he's going to ground it back to Seaver again. What's the 3rd time in 2 innings they've had ground balls back to Seaver? So Seaver's kind of having befuddled early on. Here's Concepcion. 5-7. Well, that didn't befuddle anybody. 5-7. A 1-3 is a triple. 4-20 is a single. That's a single. So Concepcion, a 2-out single. Now, can he try to steal? He is a stealer, which means he starts out as a 15. Again, with Stearns being a 3, that deducts 2, so that drops him to a 13. So 1 to 13, they're going to go in. Sparky's going to send him. And he makes it. So it's a stolen base for Concepcion. And that brings up Geronimo. Now, first base is open. They could walk Geronimo and pitch to Zachary. But Geronimo, they're going to go ahead and take the chance. They're going to get Geronimo. They're going to gamble. 6-8. And it's a good gamble. He struck him out. So Seaver, they're going to make Zachary lead off the next inning. They didn't want to have Rose leading off the next inning. So he felt confident getting in his man, and he did. So we go to the bottom of the second. Still 0-0. And for the Go-Go Mets, venerable Met Ed Kranepool from way back in the 60s. One of the last remaining members of the 69 World Series team along with Seaver. We have a 5-9 off of Zachary. It's ground ball shortstop X. Concepcion is a 1. So good chance he'll make the play. A 1 and a 5 for the shortstop. 1 and a 5 is an out 3, so that's a good play. 1 away. Kranepool retired. Brings up the catcher, John Stearns. 110. 110 for Stearns. He's going to ground to Concepcion, and he'll make the play again. So 2 down. 2 down for Lee Mazzilli. Was a hot rookie in 77. Kind of fanned out after that. 3-6. Ground ball to short, and Concepcion will take care of all 3 of them. So 3 easy outs there on the grounders. 1, 2, 3 go the Go-Go Mets. And we go to the 3rd inning. Still goose eggs on the board. And Pat Zachary will lead it off. Pitcher hitting card number 2. And we're off of his card. 3-5. That's a ground ball to short, handled by Harrelson. 1 away. And now we're back to the top of the order and Pete Rose. Rose grounded back to Seaver his first trip. Oops, that's a 3-4. 3-4 is a 1-3 homer. 4-20 is a double. 4-20 would be a double. It's a double for Pete Rose. So Pete gets into scoring position with 1 out. And that's going to bring up Ken Griffey. So Seaver has to bear down to get out of this. 3-12. Ground ball second base. So that's going to move the runner to third. I don't know in basic if it really does that or not, but I always play it that way because I've never seen a ground ball hit to second where the runner on second did not get to third. So I am going to implement that little nuance. So Rose is at third with 2 outs for Morgan. 1-6. Ground ball to short didn't matter as Harrelson makes the play. Innings over. So we go to the bottom of the 3rd. Still goose eggs as both pitchers are matching each other pitch for pitch. Here in this Strat Basic AlRedSoxFan tribute game. Here is Bud Harrelson. 2-9 for Harrelson. Grounds it to first. 1 away. And that will bring up the pitcher. Tom Seaver. Pitcher hitting card number 6. 1-11 is a ground ball to third. Rose will handle that. 2 down. And now we're back to the top of the order for Lenny Randall. Flew to left his first trip. 6-8. 6-8. He'll fly to right. So Griffey has it. Innings over. 3 up, 3 down. Boy, that didn't take long, did it? That's one thing about basic, especially if you get decent pitching, is that you're going to have some fast games. All right, so Seaver starting the top of the 4th against Mr. Dreesen. Struck him out his first trip. 6-5. Not this time. 1-8 is a home run. 9-20 is a double. So Seaver trying to fight off that home run chance. And he does. It's a double for Dreesen. But that's with nobody out. So now he's got to really bear down because you got George Foster coming up. Foster, Australian for home run. 1-6. And there it is. He just, right on cue, he hits the 2-run bomb. Look at all his home runs in column 1. He connects here, and Foster, a 2-run bomb. And the Reds lead it 2-0. And all of a sudden, the crowd is in a hush here at Shea. Here's bench. 1-7, ground ball to third. Handled by Randall, 1 away. As Seaver tries to get back on track. Here's Concepcion. 3-7, and he's going to ground it to Randall again, so that's 2 down. And that will bring up Cesar Geronimo, number 8 hitter. Definitely want to get him out so you make Zachary lead off next inning. 1-3, and he will. It's a liner right to Milner at first in the inning, but the 2-run bomb from Foster puts the Reds up 2-0 as we go to the bottom of the 4th. Now, Mets have their work cut out for them to try to pick up the slack for Seaver. Felix Mian steps to the plate. 511. 511 is a fly ball left field X. Left fielder is Foster, and he is a 3. And that's an 18. So we check the outfielder. Outfielder card, a 3 and an 18, says roll D20 again. We get a 10. So 3 and a 10 is an out 5, so it's a good play. Nobody's on base, so the number really doesn't matter. It is a fly to left. There's one away. And that will bring up John Milner, first baseman. 5-8. 5-8. 1 is a triple. Anything else will be a double. So here come the Go-Go Mets. And that's a triple. That's a 1. So Milner with a triple puts one in the gap. And back come the Go-Go Mets. But King Kong Kingman is up, so he's got to make contact. He can't afford to strike out. 2-9, but he struck out. So danger there with Kingman. He is the strikeout factor. So now it's going to be all up to Ed Kranepool, the venerable one. See if he can't bring that run home. 6-7, and he will. 1 to 5 is a double, 6 to 20 is a single. So that Kranepool does pick up the slack. It's a 15, so it will be a single, but it's an RBI single as Milner trots home from third, cuts the lead to 2-1. So the Mets respond at least with 1 run. Inning's still alive. Kranepool was an E-stealer. He's not going anywhere. He's not even going to be held. And with 2 outs, here's John Stearns. 2-6 for Stearns. He's going to walk, so that keeps the inning going. For Lee Mazzilli, their hotshot rookie, Lee Mazzilli, has got a chance. Get 250 on the season. But we're off the card. We're off Zachary's card, 5-9. Ground ball shortstop X, that's Concepcion. He's a 1. And that's a 6. So a 1 and a 6 is an out 3. Good play. Inning's over. But the Mets do pick up the 1, so at least they get off the Schneid. And at the end of 4, it's the Reds 2 and the Mets 1. So Seaver going to have to come back out and see if he can't put out the anchor and keep the score right where it is. He's going to be facing Pat Zachary to lead things off. 6-8. 6-8 struck him out. It's 1 away. And that's going to bring up the top of the order. And Pete Rose. Rose doubled his last trip. 5-7. 5-7. A 1 to 3 is a triple. 4 to 20 is a single. So it's a single for Pete. He's 2 for 3. Pete is a B-stealer. But with the big red machine, you really don't want to run yourself out of an inning. So they're going to let Griffey and Morgan try to bring Pete home. 6-8. And that's a strikeout. So that's not going to happen. At least yet. That's 2 down for Joe Morgan. Little Joe. Chance to drive home Pete. 3-7. 3-7 is a ground ball to Milner. And that's going to do it. So the single does not come to fruition for any runs. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It is 2-1 in favor of the Reds. All right, here is Pat Zachary facing Bud Harrelson. We got Harrelson, Seaver, and Randall. We get a 6-7, and that is a 1 to 5 double, 6 to 20 single. So Bud Harrelson getting it started with a single. And that means that Seaver is going to bunt. And in basic, it doesn't matter what the bunting rating is, you just bunt. And it's determined by the roll of 2d6s. So if you get a good 2d6 roll, anybody can bunt. So here's the bunt attempt. It's an 8. 8 says batters thrown out by first baseman, others advance. So it's good sacrifice. We'll call it 3-4 as Morgan was covering. Teresa to Morgan. Harrelson does go to second. He's in scoring position now, with 1 away for the top of the order, and Lenny Randall. So Randall stepping up, 6-9, fly ball to center. At C there means the runner has to hold. So it's 2 down. And it's going to be all up to Felix Mian to see if Felix the Cat can bring home the tying run. 3-7, he does not. He flies to left, and that's going to end the inning. So the single and the sacrifice come to naught. Nothing doing for the Go-Go Mets. We go to the 6th. So we're motoring along here. We go to the 6th. Still 2-1. Favor the Reds. Seaver went on to face Dreesen. Dreesen doubled and scored. Last time up 3-7, and that's a walk to start things off. He does walk. Now he could possibly try to steal, but Foster hit a home run in front of him after him last time, so they're not going to take the bat out of Foster's hands. We'll let Foster swing away. 3-5, and that's a solid single. Now the single is assumed to go to center field. And let's check base runner advancement. Dreesen was being held. He's a 16. And the, let's see here. I believe you don't even check the throwing arm in basic. Let me just double check that. I think in basic, it's just, yeah, the basic, you don't even worry about the throwing arm of the outfielder. You just go by the runner. He's a 16. Let's see here. If he's being held, I assume you take one off. So that would make him a 15. So 1 to 15. He's going to try to go to third. And he makes it. So single from Foster will move Dreesen to third base. Runners are on the corners all of a sudden with nobody out. Seaver in trouble with Johnny Bench up. The infield is playing at double play depth. They want to turn 2 and try to keep the big inning out of the equation. 1-6, that's a walk. So that's going to load the bases for Mr. Concepcion. As the Go-Go Mets a little struggling here. Seaver's got to get himself back together. And actually with Concepcion up, they're going to play the infield in and try to choke that runoff. They're going to try to get a double play at the plate. 5-2, ground ball pitcher B. So with the infield in, ground ball B, safe. Runner on third is out, other runners advance. So you get the force play at the plate. So that is a 1-2 fielder's choice. Keeps the bases loaded though. So they don't get the double play, but they do get the force at the plate. So it keeps it where the bases are loaded with now 1 out, and they can now be at double play depth because a double play would get them out of the inning. 4-9 struck him out. That helps too. That was a big out because now you got the pitcher Zachary coming up. So now Seaver a great chance to get out of this by getting the pitcher Zachary, especially if you get it off Zachary's card. Off Seaver's card, all bets are off. And we are off Seaver's card. 4-8. But it's a fly ball to center, so that's it. So Seaver pitches out of the bases loaded, nobody out jam. Keeps the Reds off the board. Keeps the score at 2-1. And how do you like that? Talk about pressure-packed pitching from Tom Terrific. That's why he's terrific. All right, bottom of the 6th. Here comes Milner. He singled and scored his last trip up, 4-6. He will hit a ground ball second base X. That's Morgan, and he's a 1. And that's a 7. So we go back to our basic defensive chart. Second base, 1 and a 7. That's an out. Good play. So 1 away. Dave Kingman, again, he strikes out a lot, but he does have that home run chance in column 1 quite a bit. And he gets column 1, 1-4, and that's a 1-6 home run, 7-20, he flies out. So a chance to tie the game on a 1-6. And he does it. Look at that, a 6. It flipped over to last minute and got a 6. Dave King Kong Kingman does it for AlRedSoxFan. Gets that home run just over the right field wall, opposite field, and we got ourselves a tie ball game. So how about that? The Go-Go Mets using the long ball to tie the game. Here's Cranepool. 3-5. Fly to center. 2 down. Mets trying to win one for the Gipper, or in this case, win one for AlRedSoxFan. John Stearns. 212. He's going to fly to center. Geronimo's got it. Inning's over. But after 6 complete, we're right back where we started from. I think there was a 1970 song that went about that way. Getting right back to where we started from. But right now it is 2-2 as we go to the 7th. Tom Seaver, see if that second run gives him some energy. Plus getting out of that bases loaded jam might do it too. Here's a Rose to lead it off. 5-5 is a strikeout. So maybe Seaver getting a little pumped now. 1 away, and here's Griffey. 2-4 for Griffey. Oh, that's it. Bad news. 2-4. 1-11 is a homer. 12-20 is a triple. Seaver has to hope for that 12-20. And he does. He got a 16 out of it, so it's a triple. So That's bad enough, but at least it's not a guaranteed run like a homer. He can pitch out of this perhaps. Griffey's at third with 1 out. The infield has to come in, try to choke that run off. And here's Joe Morgan. Seaver needs a strikeout in the worst way right now. 6-8, and he gets it. 6-8, he gets the strikeout. 2 down. A big, huge strikeout for Seaver. Now the infield can go back to normal for Dan Dreesen, who's a tough out, 300 hitter. So Seaver's got to buckle down here. 1-7, and he does. Ground ball to first. That's going to do it. Milner will take it to the bag himself. And Seaver pitches around that 1-out triple from Griffey. Keeps the score at 2-2. How about that? Maybe the aura of AlRedSoxFan is willing the Mets into this one. We'll see. Lee Mazzilli will start us off against Zachary. 4-5. Fly ball to center. 1 away. Brings up Bud Harrelson. 1-7, and that's a line out to short. And that'll bring up Seaver. Now, had the Mets had something going this inning, we might have pinch hit for Seaver, but with 2 outs and the base is empty, you're not going to take Seaver out of there. 212. 212 is look at this. 212 is a home run for Tom Seaver. Do you believe that, folks? A 212 off the batter card 6 is a home run. Talk about the aura of AlRedSoxFan. Something weird is going on here, folks, and this is quite astonishing. A home run off the pitcher hitting card. You don't see that very often. And the Shea Stadium faithful is on their feet, tipping his cap rather, is Seaver. So he's talking about helping himself. Who needs a DH? 3-5. 3-5 is a single 1-15 chance for Randall. 16-20 he lines out. It's a single. So Lenny Randall keeps it going here with 2 outs. He is an A stealer, but again, bench is a 1, so that would be a -4. So the A stealer makes him a 15, -4 makes him an 11. So 1-11, but you know what? They aren't the go-go Mets if they don't try to steal. So 1-11, Lenny Randall's going to try it. And he makes it. It's a 4. So Lenny Randall, go-go Mets, gets in a scoring position. When you're the underdog, you got to be aggressive. Can't lay back. All right, here's Felix Mian. The chance, 6-2. Fly ball to left, and that's going to end the inning. But the Mets take the lead on the Tom Seaver homer. Wouldn't it be something if he pitched a complete game, got the win, and had the game-winning RBI, which used to be an official stat back in the day. Not so much anymore with all the other sabermetrics. But right now he's got a work cut out for him with Foster, Bench, and Concepcion. 3-9. 3-9. The leadoff walk. That's not what you want to do if you're Seaver. So leadoff walk. He's a C stealer, so he's not going to go anywhere. He will be held, but he won't go anywhere. Here's Bench. 5-4. Ground ball third base X. That's Lenny Randall. He's a 3. So Randall needs a good play here. That's a 6. So a 3 and a 6 is an out 1. And it's a runner advance. So it is a 5-3 ground out, but the runner will advance. Foster will go to second base. He's now in scoring position with 1 out for Concepcion. And now Bob Lockwood, the closer for the Mets, is loosening the bullpen. Concepcion 4-8. 4-8 is a fly ball center field B, but the runner on second cannot move to third on the B. He has to be on third to go home for that. So that's 2 down. And here's Geronimo. Now, if you walk Geronimo, they're going to pinch it for Zachary. So they're going to pitch to Geronimo. Or will they? You know what? They're going to walk Geronimo intentionally and force Sparky's hand. So Geronimo gets the walk. Sparky will make a move to a pinch hitter. And this guy pinch hit in the real game, so we're going to use him first. And that is Mike Lum. He's a 160 hitter. But Sparky was using him, so we're going to use him. 160 hitter for Mike Lum. So Lum's going to hit for Zachary here in the 8th. Big spot, 2 on, 2 outs. They weren't going to let Geronimo beat him. 4-8. 4-8's a fly ball to center, and that's going to do it. Ends the inning. So Seaver 1 out away from victory. Now we need a new pitcher for the Reds. And it will be right-hander. Let's see who they're going to go to here. Could go to several guys. Fryman pitched in the real game, but I think we're going to use Bourbon. He's more of a relief pitcher. Fryman's more of a starter. So we're going to go with Pedro Bourbon. Pedro Bourbon is going to be the pitcher for the Reds. He will take over for Zachary. And the Reds are at the top of the order in the top of the ninth. Let's do the numbers on Zachary. He pitches 7 innings, faces 29 batters. We know he gives up 3 runs, 2 homers, 1 to Kingman and 1 to, unlikeliest of all, Tom Seaver. So he gives up 3 runs. They were earned, all earned. Let's check his hits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hits. So not a bad outing. Quality start, so they say. No walks, which helps. Didn't get a lot of strikeouts either. In fact, he just had 1. I think Kingman was the only strikeout. So 1 strikeout. So there's a line. 7 innings pitched, 8 hits, 3 runs all earned, 2 homers, no walks and a strikeout. And that brings up Pedro Bourbon to pitch. He's going to be facing Milner, Kingman, and Cranepool. So 2 out of 3 are lefties, but this is basic, so that really doesn't matter. So here we go, Milner. 2-6 for Milner, and that's a leadoff walk. So Milner gets aboard. He's a C stealer, but he's not a threat to steal, so they're going to leave him be. And Kingman's coming out to hit. King Kong, 6-6. And Kong does it. 6-6, 1-9's a double, 10-20 is a single. 2 stars either way. It's a 1, so it's a double, but it won't score Milner. He'll have to stop at third base on that double. So first 2 are on, and that's going to bring up Cranepool, and they're going to walk Cranepool intentionally to load the bases. Try to set up a force play at the plate for John Stearns. They will play the infield in. Try to choke that run off. 4-3. Ground ball, first base C. Let's see what the infield in chart has to say about a C. It says here, let's see here. Infield in, ground ball C. Result, batter is out. Run on third holds. Other runners advance 1 base. That doesn't even seem right for the situation. So it was a 4-3. So usually ground ball C means that the runner advances. So I'm going to go back to the standard chart. It says runners advance. So to me, it's a ground ball C where the runner advances. So in my estimation, it's a ground ball to Dreesen, who steps on the bag, but everybody else advances a base. So let's see if there's anything in here about, in the back of the rule book about that, because that chart there is not very clear. With the bases loaded, they can't hold, they have to advance, or at least try to. So a C with the bases loaded is a 7, batter safe. Oh, it says here, if I'm going by the super advanced chart, and that's what I'm going to have to do here, I think, that makes the most sense. If we're playing in, you're going to go for the plate. So I think I'm going to redo this and call it this way, just a judgment call. Infield in, bases loaded on a C is a 7. It says batter safe, lead runner out. So I think that's the way it should properly be played. Maybe I'm not playing it right since I'm doing basic, but sometimes the basic rules don't make a whole lot of sense in these situations. So I'm going to do what makes the most baseball sense, so to speak. So that means Stearns reaches on a fielder's choice. It's not a ground out. He's actually on a fielder's choice. And everybody else moves up a base. Now Milner is out. So sorry about that, getting a little bit messy here. And that was a 3-2 fielder's choice. All right, wait for this stuff to dry. Fielder's choice. So there we go. All right, so Stearns reaches on the fielder's choice. Bases are loaded now with 1 out for Lee Mazzilli, and now the Reds can play double play depth. 2-6. 2-6 is a pop out to short, so that's going to keep everybody right where they are. Go Mets trying to get that insurance run, having some issues here. Here's Bud Harrelson. Seaver is scheduled next. If he gets to that. 5-8. 5-8's a fly ball to left. And it would have been a sac fly, but that's a third out. So that's going to do it. Now, like I said, I may have played it incorrectly, but I'm trying to go by what I consider to be my baseball instincts telling me in that situation what would happen. So that's what we're going to go with, right or wrong. Now, the other thing, right or wrong, is we're going to go to the pen. Seaver's given them 8 good innings, but we're going to go to their closer, and there's also going to be a double switch because the pitcher is scheduled to lead off the next inning. So we're going to get Kingman out of there in his 4 defensive rating and bring in a better outfielder. And the better outfielder, if they have one, I'm looking, I don't see a whole lot of good outfielders for the Mets. Looks like everybody's a 4, even Beauclair. So I don't know about this. Now, what is Kingman? Is Kingman a 4 or a 5? Kingman he's a 5, so we're going to take Kingman out and at least substitute a 4 in Bruce Beauclair. So Bruce Beauclair is going to come in. He's going to bat 9th on the double switch. And Skip Lockwood, their closer with 20 saves on the season, is going to be the new pitcher. So some work to tidy up here. We got Beauclair. Used to call him Boyclair when I was growing up, but then I learned recently his name is actually pronounced Beauclair. And then with Kingman in left, well, he's actually in left, not in right. And in Kingman now, we're going to have Lockwood is going to hit in the number 5 position because, like I said, the pitcher was set to lead off. Plus, you want to get that 4 or that 5 defensive outfielder out of there and put a better one in, better in air quotes since he's a 4. So Lockwood is the new pitcher. We'll do the totals real quickly on Seaver and see what he produced. He gave up 2 runs. They were both earned, one on the homer by Foster. In fact, they were both on that home run there. So let's see here. Hits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 hits I've got him for. And he faced 36 batters. So that's 8 innings and 36 batters. That's probably a good time to make the change. Bring in a fresh arm. We'll check the walks and strikeouts. He did walk 1, 2, 3, 4, but one of those was intentional. And strikeouts, he got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 Ks. So there is the line on Seaver. 8 innings pitched, 8 hits, 2 runs, 4 walks, 7 strikeouts. And of course, he stands to be the winner if Lockwood can lock it down. So Skip Lockwood coming in, trying to get the save, and he'll be facing the top of the order, Pete Rose, Ken Griffey, and Joe Morgan. So normally if you were playing maybe the advanced or the super advanced, you would look for a lefty reliever, which I don't even know the Mets have really a lefty reliever out there, at least not that's any good. You got Bob Apodaca, but he's a righty as well. So they don't really have any lefty relievers that I can see. Unless I'm missing somebody, and I don't think I am. So they're going to go with Lockwood. And like I said, it's basic, so it doesn't matter anyway. And here we go. Top of the 9th, 3-2 Mets trying to hold on for victory for AlRedSoxFan. 4-7, 4-7. 1-2 is a double, but 3-20 he flies to center. So good chance to get the out. It's a 15, so he flies to center. 1 away. 2 outs away from the victory for AlRedSoxFan. Here's Ken Griffey. Tripled his last time up. 5-2. Ground ball first base C. Milner makes the play. 2 down. Last chance. It's Little Joe. Got to get by Little Joe. 2-2. Ground ball to second plus injury. We're not doing injury, but it's a ground ball to second. Mian to Milner. And the ball game is over. And the Shea Stadium faithful up on their feet, saluting AlRedSoxFan as the Mets, in his honor, pull off the victory by the final score of 3-2. We'll look at the totals very quickly. No errors in the game. Lockwood, 1 inning pitched. He got everybody out. 3 batters, and all 3 are out No walks, no strikeouts, no nothing. So the save does go to Lockwood. The win goes to Seaver. Tough luck loss goes to Zachary. Bourbon 1 inning pitched, and he walked 2, gave up a hit. Walked 2, 1 was intentional, and I think that was it for that. No runs as they choked that run off, and he faced 6 batters. Okay, so 9 hits for the Mets, and for the Reds, 8 hits. We'll check our left on base. First for the Reds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They left 10 on base, so Seaver was in trouble for a lot of innings, but pitched around that. For the Mets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They left them loaded in the 8th inning. So there's your official final results for the Al Red Sox tribute game. In fact, I forgot to write that up top here before I even started. I apologize for that, Al. This is the Al Red Sox tribute game. I should have wrote that up on the top to begin with. So there we go. Al Red Sox tribute game right here. And the final score, Mets 3, Reds 2. Winner was Tom Seaver, and they won it on a Tom Seaver homer in the bottom of the 7th. So go figure that. The Go-Go Mets do it for Al Red Sox fan. And like I said, I do appreciate Al for introducing a lot of us back into card collecting and introducing us to the card collecting community that's out there. It's a great community of people, and really help kind of bridge the gap perhaps, and get maybe a crossover interest going in some ways. Either way, Al does a great job on his channel. Please check him out. If you haven't subbed to him, please do so, and tell him you appreciate what he does for the community. Let's go do it from here. Final score again in the Al Red Sox tribute game. Mets 3, Reds 2. Congratulations, Al, you did it. And until next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and I will see you all down the road.